All right, today we're going to work on dialogue and leads. Dialogue is essential for a number of reasons. It provides a sense of what a story might sound like. It can also be used to show what characters are feeling and what they want from one another. When you're formatting dialogue between multiple people, each person should have their own dedicated paragraph. It may not look like a paragraph because dialogue may be brief, but each new speaker should start on a new line, and each of these lines should be indented just as you would when paragraphing. Let's take a look at one example from pages 114 to 115. In this moment, Jill is at the cookout on Saturday and is speaking with her mom and Miss Galuzzo. At the start, notice that what Jill's mother says, which is, and one more thing, and also you can't expect Polly to just be there to save you all the time. That is surrounded by narrative, by description. So her mother leaned back and drew a big breath as if to collect herself, and she finally said, because the mom is talking to Jill, we follow the transition right here in the next paragraph, and we understand that Jill is speaking back without being told that Jill is speaking back. In the next paragraph, Miss Galuzzo doesn't speak at all. She does some things. And the next paragraph is Jill's mom, and her italicized word do harkens back to Jill's italicized don't. And that gives us a better sense of the serious tone of the conversation. After Jill interjects, "You're right," Miss Galuzzo interrupts with "hey." So flip around in the book. You'll find plenty of good examples of dialogue. Some you'll have short clips and short sentences back and forth, sentence by sentence by sentence, except they're all really technically their own paragraphs. Others are more like this one, where there's description that accompanies the things that people say. Now, let's also talk about leads. If you were writing a full novel, you would have the luxury of taking your time and developing your characters slowly. With a short story, however, it can be important to start in the middle of things. This way of beginning is one way of gripping a reader from the get-go, something important in a short story. And even while we do have a novel in front of us, there are some chapters that begin more quickly than others. For example, the first chapter begins with your left, your left, your left, right, left. So we're right into the action here. We can hear the dialogue. Likewise, Rashad's Saturday chapter begins with a different kind of intensity, with the word custody that gets repeated at the start of each paragraph. Most writers, when drafting, take their time warming up their ideas, and that makes sense. Often, however, in the revision stage, it makes sense to eliminate some of your earliest sentences or even your earliest paragraphs, and instead, starting your story with the action. So take a look at your lead. Where does your story really begin? Is it in the first paragraph or somewhere else?